So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another collaboration album review of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and again, I'm joined by the one, the only, the living legend, Señorita Sabrosura.
Hey,
I'm hyping you up.
thank you, thank you.
And the album that we're going to talk about, I have a hint. Señorita Sabrosura shirt with all the kissing and stuff. And please, you perverts on the internet, please don't leave perverted comments like you've done in the. We're talking about Rolling Stones and Hackney Diamonds, the band's first album of original material since 2005. So yeah, so Señorita, what do you think of the album? The album cover is interesting to me.
Yes, I was curious, so I have to search what Hackney Diamonds meant, and it means there's a place called Hackney in England, and when the burglars broke the windows, that's what they call Hackney Diamonds.
Yeah, I'm sure the Rolling Stones haven't had to done that. don't need to do that. But yeah, I also watched a video and they explain. So yeah, this is the band's first album in a lot of years, and I think it's cool that they are releasing new music.
Yeah, to be honest, they don't need to release music, and they still do millions every year with their concerts, with the greatest hits, whatever. But it's great that they did a new album.
Yeah,
They did a single like living in the ghost town when the pandemic. I don't know if you remember that single.
I think I saw that performance, and I remember Charlie Watts, and I wasn't exactly sure what he was playing.
Yeah, but yeah, I like that song, Living in a Ghost Town, and it was about like the pandemic. But besides that song, they haven't done any original music since 2005. I think they did a few years ago a cover album.
I think it
It
was
was
like
all
in
covers.
2016.
So yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. But obviously, Rolling Stones, it's a band that has been around before any of us was born. And back in the day, there was that competition between the Rolling Stones and the Beatles.
Yep.
So it's interesting that we have a guest star in one of the songs. But yeah, it's an album. I don't know if I think people were. I don't know if I think they said they were releasing a new album like a month ago or something like
Yep.
that. They kept it like really quiet.
Yep.
So, Señorita, what was your initial impression of listening to this album?
Oh, well, I was pleasantly surprised. I like it. And I think this is a grower because the more I listen to it, the more I like it. Like there's like only like two least favorite tracks, but I like all the other songs. I like it that it sounds like very fresh, very new, modern, but with that Rolling Stone signature. Like it feels very classic.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I didn't know that they were putting out a new album, but I heard that they were putting out a new album, and I listened to it, and yeah, it feels like a Rolling Stones album.
Yep.
My goals in life is like when I'm 80, I want to have the energy that Mick Jagger has, but
Yep.
without getting women pregnant at my 80s. But the dude has to me, when I think of Mick Jagger, to me, he's like the ultimate rock and roll frontman.
Yeah.
Like he's got the swing, he's got the attitude,
he's got the moves.
he's got the moves, yes.
It's
So
still at 80. It's amazing. I saw his live performance of the song with Lady Gaga, and it's wow.
Yeah, and I also saw the
And
clip.
the voice.
Yeah, the voice is incredible. And also, I saw him on clips of Saturday Night Live on that Bad Bunny episode, and I'm sorry, he stole the show.
He
Like,
was very funny.
he was so funny as the nun, and then when he did like the Spanish, like it's. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mick Jagger has. When I see Mick Jagger, I'm like, he's cool. He's just a
Yeah,
like like I'm
so
sorry,
good.
he's the coolest like dude. He's one of the coolest dude ever. Hands
Yep.
So yeah, let's talk music. Obviously, we can talk about
Yeah, and with this album, we have to give credit to Andrew Watt that we talk about him when we review the Iggy Pop new album. He was the producer, and he's been producing like Iggy Pop, Ozzy Osbourne, Miley Cyrus, and now he was the producer, and he co-write like 3 songs in this album.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
and he's done wonders. Like that last Ozzy Osbourne album
mhm.
was actually surprising, and it has a lot of guest vocalists. Uh, and yeah, of course, the artists that he works for. But yeah, so for you, what track stood out for you on this?
Oh, well, the opener for me, it's a grower. Like at first, I was like, I am different to the song, but the more I listen to it, the more I like it. I think it has great riffs, a great guitar work. What do you think about that song as an opener?
The Angry,
Yeah,
I like the second one better, but I like the music video because they show them on billboards.
yeah, the
Like
music video is very cool.
yeah,
Yeah. Get Close is the first one that I listened. Was like, ooh, I like this. Uh, I really enjoyed this track. I love that it has a sax. It feels like very old school, very
yeah,
classic.
yeah. It felt like a song that could have been on Sticky Fingers.
Yes, and I read that Elton John played in this song too, but they only mentioned him in another one. They didn't
Oh yeah,
mention here, but I read that he played in 2 songs, and this was one of the 2 that he played.
yeah. He's not mentioned there. That's weird that they didn't mention that he played on that song as well. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, but the saxophone on Get Close, it gives it, that it gives it an extra like oomph. Like it really fits in well with the song.
yes. I really like Depending on You. For me, this is very Rolling Stones ballad. Like Mick Jagger voice sounds very crisp and mixed with that slide guitar. I really like the slide guitar here. And I like the lyrics too in this song. It's one of my favorite on the album.
Yeah, and it's incredible like that Mick Jagger sounds so good at 80 fucking years old. Like
Yes.
because I didn't hear a lot of like auto tune or stuff like it sounded
No.
like Mick Jagger. So that's something I
Yeah, he sounds like Mick Jagger. And my husband was saying, no, he's probably using autotune. And then I play him the video of him playing live on Friday. And he was like, there's no autotune there.
you're like, shut up, husband, you are wrong.
No, maybe they use it on the recording, but
Maybe.
when I when, but you can it doesn't feel
Yeah, it doesn't
like
feel abused uh
yes.
like on the Aussie record. You can tell.
And you were speaking about a guest star that they were like rivals.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I think that's like the people wanting to make them rivals. But
Yeah,
I
to me they were different, very different bands, the Beatles
very
and
different. And we're
Rolling
talking
Stones.
about Paul McCartney and the Beatles.
Yeah,
That song, Bite Your Head Off, I really love the McCartney contribution
the
there with the
bass.
bass. Yeah, the bass sounds almost grungy, like I like it. And
Well,
they were asking why he didn't sing, and I think McCartney's having problem with his voice, but the bass is incredible and it's a great contribution. And they prove they can still rock with this song. I like it
yeah,
that it's like fast. One
that's
of
a
the
very
fastest.
rocking song, and
Yeah.
I know that Paul McCartney can play a mean bass because a few years ago I remember he played on Foo Fighters. They did Dave Grohl did like a record where he did that Sound City documentary, and he played a song where it was the ex-members of Nirvana with Paul McCartney.
Yes.
And you can tell, Paul McCartney, like obviously great bass player, but yeah, it would have been good if I would have loved if he like would have sang with Mick Jagger, but yeah, but the bass is a great contribution from him. So what other tracks?
I really like Dreamy Skies. This is one of the bluesy country songs
Yeah,
on the record. Again, the slide guitar with the harmonica and Mick Jagger voice. I like that combination.
we
It
we
sounds
gotta talk
very.
about Keith Richards.
Oh, that's another of my favorite tracks. Well, in this song, Dreamy Skies, I think the slide guitar is Ronnie Wood playing the slide guitar. But if you want to talk about Keith Richards, I love the Keith Richards song, "Tell Me Straight." This is
Mhm.
this is like one of my favorite tracks on the record. I love how simple and minimalistic and simplistic approach of Keith Richards on this song, and his voice actually remind me like Bruce Springsteen, like very melancholic song.
And it's surprising that he's still alive.
and, but he's 79. Mick Jagger is 80. And Ronnie Wood is the baby of the band, the youngest at 76.
Oh yeah, such a baby. But yeah, it's incredible that they're putting out a album this good, this solid. Roger Waters, take note. This is how you put a good album.
Yeah, do something new.
Do something new and not redux something.
Yeah. What tracks do you like?
So it's funny that you didn't mention the track with Lady Gaga. I think that track, Sweet Sounds of Heaven with Lady Gaga, is good, but I have a problem with that track.
I have a problem with that track.
I wanted more Lady Gaga. Like I thought that she was too restrained.
For me, I felt it was too long, the track. Like they extended too much.
It's like 7.5 minutes. And didn't you
Yeah.
feel like Lady Gaga was like we know she can fucking sing. Like
Yeah.
like
Well, maybe they didn't want her to go over Mick. I don't know.
that's okay. She no one can outdo Mick Jagger. But I would have loved like a little bit more, and it also features Stevie Wonder.
Yes. Yeah, I love the piano in this song.
But I do feel
it's
a very long. It's like a 7.5 minute track. I think.
Yeah, me like it has like a like I thought it would end that it's like no, it continues for more minutes. It was too long for me, but I like it. It's not a bad song.
It's not that it's a bad song,
Yeah.
but my complaint with it is that I thought that I wanted more of Lady Gaga on that song. Like I think she was underused to me on that song, because I know she has a great voice, and I would have liked a little bit more of her on the track. But tracks that I enjoyed, I think Bite My Head Off is one of my favorites, because it's a very rocking song, and like you said, the bass is very it's like grungy a little bit in some parts. Get Close is just great. It's got that energy. I love the saxophone on it. Whole Wild World, it's like another country-esque song.
For me, that's a good song for a sing-along.
Yeah. The Whole Wide World. Yeah, it's a great sing-along song. And the Elton John track, Live by the Sword, to me was okay. I wasn't that crazy about that one.
It's like one of the more bluesy. Yeah. It was fun, but it's nothing memorable.
Yeah, it wasn't that memorable.
I would have loved also to have Mick Jagger singing with Elton John.
Yeah, that would have been great as well. So yeah, they kind of used some guest vocals, but the only one that really sang more was Lady Gaga. But I really would have wanted more. And this is the first time that they have a cover, because they finished with Rolling Stone Blues, which was a
Yes.
cover of where they got their name.
Their name. Yeah, that's a Muddy Waters song.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to end the record. And I think it's like a way of them saying like goodbye, because I'm thinking this could be their last record.
I don't think they're saying goodbye, but in case something happened, like they die because they're really old.
They said goodbye.
It's a good song, but I saw an interview and they say they have like 2 more albums with all the other songs they recorded.
They,
They,
I think they could put it out, and they don't need to.
no,
They're a band
yeah,
that have nothing left to prove. They don't have anything to prove. With the
no,
Rolling
but
Stones.
like you said, I really like this as a closer for the album because it's like them going back to their roots. I think when they started before they were named Rolling Stones, they did a lot of covers of blues um and that's what they when they got their name, someone called them Keith Richards. It's like, okay, what's the name of your band? And he saw the album of Muddy Waters, the single, and he's like, Rolling Stone.
Nice. So yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, we picked the track.
The only track, like, it was my least favorite. It was Mess It Up.
Yeah, I don't remember that track that much. Yeah, it's tough.
It sounds like very pop. I thought the one with Lady Gaga, it was gonna sound like very pop, but no. With Lady Gaga, they did an amazing work, but Mess It Up, it sounds like forced, like too pop for my taste.
Okay, yeah, I agree that that was the pop song that they did on this record. So so let's give it a rating, and really interesting. How do you think, like, I want to ask you, how do you think this album holds up with their classic albums?
I think they did a good job. I think that it holds up. It's some songs remind me of Exile on Main Street, or like you said, Sticky Fingers or Let It Bleed.
Yeah.
So I think they did a great job with this album.
I actually bought Sticky Fingers because I had someone who used to be my boss, but she left the company, and she's like, Hector, you need to get Sticky Fingers, Sticky Fingers. I'm like, oh my God, okay, I'll get it.
Yeah, it's a must-have on every vinyl collection.
Yeah, plus he's got that great cover, and what a great name for an album.
I remember I had that T-shirt with that cover, and my mama was like, "I don't like that T-shirt. Like, I'm staring at that bulge."
Plus the name. We all know what Sticky Fingers mean.
Yeah.
So yeah. For me, Hackney Diamonds, it's a super solid Rolling Stones record.
Yeah. How do you rate it?
From 10, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's solid. I think that if you're a Rolling Stones fan from back in the day, you will enjoy this. It's not something that I'm going to like replay a lot, but I think I could take a few singles from it and put them next to their classic songs, and they would not feel out of place.
No.
Yeah. What would
for
the rating
me,
be?
yeah, for me the same. I will give it a 8 out of 10. It's a great solid record. It's a record that I played on repeat today. I listened it during the weekend, but I put it on repeat today, and I didn't get tired.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy it, and the more I listen, the more I like it. So if you're like a Rolling Stones classic fan, I think you're gonna enjoy it. And even if you're not a fan, this is a great album.
Oh yeah, I think like again, I'm blown away by Mick Jagger's energy at 80 years old.
Yeah.
That's what everyone.
We have to start thinking, what planet are we leaving to Mick Jagger and Keith Richards?
They will outlive, because there's, for example, there's other artists like Ozzy Osbourne is old, but he can barely walk. But you see Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, and they're like super energetic. Like even Ron Wood, you know, he's energetic as
Yeah.
well. But keep like Mick Jagger is on another field. Like the dude has has more energy than you and me combined. So it's pretty good. So people, we want to know, what do you think about Hackney Diamonds by the Rolling Stones? Do you think it holds up to their classic albums? Comment, what are your favorite tracks from it? We would really want to know. And if you like the videos that we're putting out, do not forget to subscribe, and do not forget to share it for people so we can get more subscribers. Subscribe to my friend Señorita Sabrosura's channel, and also buy her merch at sabrosura.art. And do you have anything new coming?
Yeah, well, I did some Halloween merch, but now I'm already start working on Christmas merch.
Of
I'll be,
course.
yeah, I'll be doing earrings, necklaces, but also Christmas ornaments for your tree.
What about some turkey stuff?
That turkey, I'm just gonna eat it.
And of course, if you like, subscribe to me. I'm literally like 29 subscribers shy of 1K. So I'm right there, people. So please share it with people who like music, so we can get to 1,000K and more. And next year, I'm planning on doing some chill dude on a couch merch. So I plan on doing merch as well. So keep an eye out for that. And coming up for Señorita Sabrosura and me, we gotta see. I think we may do like a Halloween special for you guys, but it'll be different than last year. So until next time, people, this is Hector, the Shield on a Couch.
Señorita Sabrosura.
And we'll see you next time on another collaboration video. Thank you and goodbye.